Kabir Das. But we will cover many aspects, not in very great detail. First question arises in my mind: what is Hindu philosophy? What is the philosophy which is considered, which is called Hindu philosophy? Of course, there is nothing like Hindu. It is an eternal philosophy, eternal values of life, eternally accepted values of life, the values of life which have been in practice for many, thousands of centuries. You take Mahabharata as a Purana. We have two Puranas, major, several, of course, Ashtadasha Puranas, 18 Puranas are there. Major two epics and Puranas, both combined, Ramayana and Mahabharata. The philosophy expounded through the stories of Ramayana, or the philosophy behind all the incidents described in Mahabharata, are the same. Whatever Vedic scriptures, whatever the sages and seers have given us through the Vedic scriptures, they continue. They are continued in different forms. And in the form of sutras, or Veda mantras, samhitas, brahmanas, upanishads, shlokas, verses. Except the stream never stopped. The stream was continuously going on, continuously is flowing all the time. Never it ended. Never it ended. I was thinking of 11 September 1893, not 2001. 11 September 1893, the greatest monk from India went to Chicago and he gave the people sermon in a few lines. Total, he spoke in 3 or 4 paragraphs. And in those 4 paragraphs, what he disclosed, what he described to the people assembled in the World Parliament of Religions, or Parliament of World Religions, what his mother taught him, what he was taught by the scholars. Kunal was asking, how did he collect all this, the entire knowledge in only a short period of life he had? I'm talking about Swami Vivekananda. And he collected. He lived the life of Upanishads. He lived for Vedanta. He lived for philosophy, preaching of philosophy. Not for himself, not for his own benefit, not for any special motive. He wanted to give to the people of the world something tangible, something permanent, some great values which will lead the life of everybody to the peaceful atmosphere, peaceful world he wanted to create. That's what he wanted. His mother gave him a story that he says, I heard a story, and for her mother, that the water falls from the sky, cloud, in the form of rain. It comes down and takes different paths. in different streams that water flows. And finally, all those streams merge into ocean. That's our life. Whether he is a Mohammedan, that's what he says. Whether he is a Parsi, whether he is a Yehudi, whether he is Hindu, all are same, reach the same goal. What was the shloka he got from his mother? Simple shloka. Akashat patitam toyam yathagatchati sagaram sarvadeva namaskara keshavam pratigacchati. Keshava is the name of the Lord. But it's only, it symbolizes. The Lord is given so many names. One of the names is Keshava, like Madhava, Rama, Krishna, and so on. That's what we need today. What he uttered on 11th September 1893, we need even today. Why I am giving this example? What we learned, what we knew from the Upanishads, from the Vedas, from Puranas, from Mahabharata, from Ramayana, and even up to Vivekananda, even after, the same stream continues, same thought. Ekam sadvipra bahuda vadanti. Vedic scripture it is said, the truth is one. Knowledgeable people call it by different names. Bhagavad Gita says the same. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajamyaham. Whatever path you take to reach me, I will reach you there on that path. Destination is same. Manzil एक ही है. Destination is same. रास्ते बहुत है. Paths are many. If there cannot be one path to be taken by everybody, there are so many paths. But the goal is same. Then what is I started. What is the Hindu philosophy? This is the Hindu philosophy. This is the Indian philosophy. This is the philosophy given by Sanatana Dharma. It is eternal Dharma, eternal values, eternal concept, eternal manual of life, manual of life's principles that has been given by all these sages. Can you believe one Hindu Dharma we call Hindu religion was there a founder who founded Hindu religion? What book Hindus follow? Not one book. There are so many books out there. There are so many. All the Vedas. Somebody will say, I am following Upanishads. Which Upanishad? Somebody will say Isha Upanishad, somebody will say Ken Upanishad. Some other will say Kathopanishad. The same thought force is there everywhere. Whether it is Keno, one day I was saying in the same hall, whether it is Keno Upanishad or Kathopanishad, Isha Upanishad, in different ways the same thought current is explained. Same thought, same principle is explained in different ways. Whether it is dialogue between Yama and Nachiketa in Kathopanishad, or Gargi, Maitri and Yajnavalkya, they are having dialogues. On what subject? What is philosophy? How to follow the philosophy? People say philosophy is a subject to be studied or to be understood or can be understood only after certain years of age. No. Our philosophy is the philosophy of action. Our philosophy, that is Hindu philosophy, Indian philosophy, Sanatana Dharma philosophy, that makes us, that asks us to do work, to do karma, to be all the time active, never be inactive. People ask me, what is the message of, going back to another subject, what is the message of Bhagavad Gita? Whatever is the message of the Upanishad is the message of Bhagavad Gita too. The message of the Bhagavad Gita, main message, one shloka is enough. Out of 700 shlokas, in 18 chapters, Arjuna and Krishna, they have dialogue between themselves. But only one shloka is important. There are so many important. Today I am saying one, that particular shloka. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya. Yogastha kuru karmani. Do your work. Do your duty. At what age? Tell me. At every age, everyone has a specific duty. If he is a brahmachari, there is only one duty. If he is a householder, grihastha, another duty. But that doesn't preclude the duties of brahmachari. Grihastha's duty doesn't preclude the duties of brahmachari. And vanaprastha, he collects all the duties to be performed by brahmachari, grihastha and vanaprastha. Sannyasa people say give up everything. Giving up attachment to everything. Giving up attachment. Detached from the world personally, but at the same time attached to the entire humanity, entire being, entire universe. There is the attachment, detached attachment. Sannyasa is not the thing, give up everything and goes to a cave and sit there and do yoga. That's selfishness. That's not sannyasa. Sannyasa word itself means well-defined duty. Samyak nyasate iti sannyasa. Samyak, very, very well. Planned life. Giving up. Everything has to be given up and to give to others. Serve others. Be with everybody. Go around the world. Live your life not for yourself, like Shankaracharya says, like a sannyasi is the person like his life is like spring season. Spring comes and goes. When it comes, everybody is enjoy. The spring season, beauty of spring. Spring makes everybody happy. The same way a sannyasi or saintly person makes everybody happy and make him to cross the ocean of sorrows and problems, difficulties. People say cross the ocean of birth and death. That is final. Everybody has to go. Ocean of birth and death, instead of saying that I am saying ocean of sorrows, ocean of difficulties, ocean of problems. That is life. But you have to cross over. You should not be living with those problems. Face the problems and get out of the problems. You have to make the life easier. How to do it? Saintly person tells us. Beautiful shloka Shankaracharya gives us in his Viveka Chudamani. Vasantavat lokahitam charamta. They are all Vasantavat. Like Vasanta. Lokahitam. Lokartham. For the benefit of Loka, for the benefit of the universe, for the welfare of the universe, for good of the universe. Charantaha, moving all the time. See, he doesn't stop at a place. When you stop at one place, that becomes like pond, water in a pond. It has to move like a river. It has to move. New waves come. Water is continuously flowing and reaching at the end, the destination of ocean. Then, what am I saying? What is Hindu philosophy? Again going back to the first question. What is Hindu philosophy? Indian philosophy is for action. Indian philosophy, there are three points. One is be active, love the entire creation. Love the entire creation. If you are a human being, be a human being. Be a human being. What type of human being you should be? Human. You have to have the sense, the source, the power of humanity, the good of humanity. You have to all the time think. Hindu philosophy always asks us to act. Karman kurvanne karmani jije visheshatam sama. Kurvanne karmani. Go on doing your work. One day you will get tired. Go on doing your work. When you get tired, it's okay. Once you become, again you vigor starts. You have the vigor, you have the power, then you start doing work. Not for yourself, for the whole welfare of the human life, welfare of the humanity, all beings, not only humans, all birds, animals and trees and so on. Therefore, Indian philosophy asks us to follow three principles, which we may call Dharma, Artha, Kama. Dharma, Artha, Kama. Dharma is duty, Dharma is religion, Dharma is virtue, Dharma is values, Dharma is all pervading life force. That is Dharma. Dharma is life force. Without fulfilling our duties, we will not be able to survive on this earth. We have to fulfill our dharma. If my dharma is to say something, speak something, write something, I have to do it. So dharma shreya. In fulfilling your dharma, you have to go to the extent whatever is possible. Then artha. Artha means people will say money. Money is important. Prosperity, fame, name, all these are attached to that artha. But when you fulfill your dharma, automatically artha comes. Your desires are fulfilled. You fulfill others' desires. You have to all the time thinking of our own desires to be fulfilled. It's better to think of others' desires also. Philosophy doesn't say swartha, not swartha. It's only artha. It includes swartha as well as parartha. Therefore, paramartha they say. Parartha we can say simply. And if all these three aspects are covered, that is the main focus of our philosophy on these three aspects, then we will have a peaceful, mentally peaceful life we can continue with. That's called moksha. Moksha doesn't mean that get out of this world, get out of this earth. No. Moksha meaning will be getting out. The mukti they say. Mukti, moksha, all these. Moksha is the root word that is to give up. To give up, moksha. What is moksha? Liberation. Liberation from what? Liberation of unwanted things. If you fulfill your dharma, if you do your duty, simple word, dharma, if you do your duty, you will be happy. You will make others happy. You will not be unhappy. People will make you unhappy, but still you are happy because you are doing your duty. You are convinced of your duty being performed by yourself. Therefore, the Indian philosophy asks us, as I said at the beginning, in the middle, message of the Gita is Yogastaha Kuru Karmani. I didn't elaborate on that. Yogastaha Kuru Karmani. Do your work, establishing yourself with full strength. Full strength. Yogastaha. Yoga means collective. Yoga. Combination. Collection. Collecting all your energies. Physical, mental, intellectual. All your energies. Put yourself into that action. Yogastaha Kuru Karmani. Then you will never be sad about it. You will be all the time successful. You want to be successful? You will be successful when you do this with all your energies. Therefore, yogastha, one word. Yogi tishtati yogastha. They remain in the yoga. Yoga means combination of collection, consolidation of all energies. Remain with all the energies consolidated and do your work. Yogastha kuru karmani. Don't think of any fruit. What is going to happen after fulfilling my duties? Dharma. What will happen? Don't worry. It may lead to good fruit. It may not lead to good fruit. If it doesn't lead to a good fruit, people will say, so much work I had done, but I did not get the benefit. No, that is the mistake. If you consolidate all your energies and do your work, then you will have to succeed. The success will have to come to you. There is no question about that. What Krishna says, that is the real psychology, psychological truth. Psychologically, a person has to fulfill his ambitions, consolidating all his powers, energies. Yogastaha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva. Don't go here and there. Full concentration, full focus should be there on the right. That is the first duty what Indian philosophy asks us to follow. Dharma. The second is what has to be. Once karma is done, you get phala, you get fruit, you get the benefit. What are you going to do with all those fruits? Serve the humanity. Serve the whole universe. How to serve? How are you going to serve the humanity or the universe? Do good to everybody. At least speak to everybody with love. Talk to them. Like this, just like I said, even by looking at with anger, that itself is violence. Don't do that. Be loving. With all the actions, fulfilling your actions, fulfilling your ambitions, getting all the fruits, serve the humanity. That is what some saintly people, some sadhus will say. Like Krishna says, Manmana bhavad bhakto vadyaji mam namaskuru. Be myself. Come unto me. Sarva dharman parit. Don't take another meaning. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam. Krishna says, give up all dharmas. Come unto me. What is the meaning? Just now he was saying, Kuru karmani, yogastha kuru karmani. He says, sarva dharman parityajya. No. Here, sarva dharman parityajya. Do all your work. And then at the end, give up everything and come to me. That means serve the entire universe. Universe is God. Universe is Krishna. Krishna is nothing but universe. Krishna is the combination of all powers. Krishna word meaning, what is the word meaning of Krishna? With the one which attracts. Karshati iti akrishna. Karshati. Akarshanam. You must have heard the word akarshan. This attracts, takes in. That is Krishna. Krishna says, give up everything because everywhere you face problems. You are saying, he is my brother, he is my cousin, he is my uncle, he is my guru, how am I to fight? Don't think of all these relationships. Do your duty and come to me. Give up all Bhana Dhanush, Dhanur Bhana, bow and arrow, drop them and then come to me. Not before doing your duty. Your duty is to create dharma. You create a dharmic situation. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Then dharma comes to a decline. When adharma increases, I come onto the earth. I come to the earth, I take the form, human form. That's what he says. Therefore, after dharma, what is Hindu philosophy? This is Hindu philosophy. I will put questions later. You can also give your ideas. Everyone. Because everybody, I was just telling somebody, सब लोग माहिर हैं अपने अपने क्षेत्र में. Everybody has a lot of experiences. You can also come up with a lot of ideas. It's a give and take. I'm just talking and you will be, now when questions and answers will be there, you will be putting questions and you will also give your comments. That's the way it has to go. What I was saying, what is the Hindu philosophy? First question, I just made a note here. What is Hindu philosophy? Hindu philosophy says karma. In your life, do your karma, that is dharma. Have all the fruits and bring those fruits to all the people. Make everybody happy. Serve the universe. And thirdly, give up everything. Live only for the universe. Remember, live only for the universe. You are also included there. In the universe, he is not different. He is also included. Live for the universe, help everybody, and not without indulging in your own personal interests. This is the philosophy given by sages. Which sage had given this? We don't know. There were so many, Agastya, Pulastya, Bharadvaja, Yajnavalkya, Vishwamitra. So many. All these mantras. See the very first mantra, the best mantra given by the sage, very first mantra is to the disciple, speak truth. What does it mean? Speak truth? Okay. Even in the court of law, people say, I speak truth, only truth. I'm going to say only truth. But truth is what? It's not something which you can explain. What is truth? Whatever is good is truth. Whatever is helpful is truth. Whatever everybody agrees is truth. Suppose somebody doesn't agree, that may not be true, may not be. Then we say Satyam Vada. There are two words. Speak truth. Speak not only by speech, because in Indian philosophy, a person speaks, that means he has to act. Whatever he says, he has to act accordingly. I say something and I act differently. That doesn't come under Satyam Vada. That doesn't come under the sage proclamation, speak truth. Satyam Vada. That means you should speak and you should follow. And you should make others follow. You should make others also think about this. What is Satyam? Truth. Being also is truth. There is no change. Satyam cannot be changed. Satyam cannot be different from time to time. Satyam is only one, like God, like Brahman. Satyam is only one. Therefore, Brahman is called Sat. Brahman is called Ekam Sat. What Shankara says, Brahma Satyam. Brahma Satyam. Meaning will be given, Brahman is truth. Brahman is imperishable. Brahman is non-changeable. Brahman is permanent. Brahman always remains. We change. The manifestations change from time to time. These are the fundamental tenets given by the sages to us through Indian philosophy, which has never ended. As I said, starting from the Vedic scriptures, going through Upanishads, Puranas, epics, and so there was medieval poetry, even Kabir Das. I would say Kabir Das was another Shankaracharya. Kabir was another Shankaracharya. Without fearless person, fearless. When a person says, you worship Rama, Krishna, Shiva, Brahma, whatever name, Hanuman, Anupati, Skanda, and you also think of qualityless, unqualified Brahman. There is no qualification of Brahman. I don't care. I care. My God is something different. I don't confine that God, my God, into these names, into these definitions. You can't define what is Brahman as per Kabirdas. Kabirdas, sagun ki seva karo, nirgun ka karo gyan, sagun nirgun te pare Kabira ka Bhagwan. Even this one doha will be enough to be explained. Sagun. And then he says, somebody asked, it's beside the subject, I'm just saying, somebody asked him, where is God? He gave only four words. Where is God? Oh, can you explain? Yes, he said, नयनों बीच नदी है. नयनों बीच, आंखों के बीच में खुदा है, आंखों के बीच में भगवान है. आंख, that means in you he is there. In you that Brahman is there. Where? In every being, in every person, in every bird, every animal, every tree, every plant, every worm, every insect. That Brahman is there. Even we don't see, our eyes are not so powerful to see each and every atom of this atom moving here. We can't see them. In every atom you will find that Brahman. Therefore, he says, नयनों बीच नबी है. आंखों के बीच में खुदा है. बोलो हिंदी में तो अच्छा रहता है. आंखों के बीच में खुदा है. कहां खुदा है? अरे आप में है. समझो तो समझेंगे, नहीं समझो तो नहीं. और किसी ने, somebody asked Kabir Das, when Kabir comes, I go here and there. Kabir, somebody asked him, how do you explain the existence of God? He put a question. Can you explain about your existence? Or do you exist? He put the question. Just to transfer the question to him. Another person put the question. He questions him. Can you explain about it? And can you prove the existence of yours? Yes, I am standing in front of you. Who is standing in front of me? So, Tom is standing in front of me, in front of you. Who is that Tom? Who is that person? Remember the story in the life of Adi Shankara? Adi Shankara went to, of course he was not a realized soul at that time, he was just starting. He was in Banaras. He went to the Ganges. It's a story, symbolic story. Lord Shiva wanted, he was a great Shiva Bhakta. Remember who wrote Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. Shiva Bhakta. Shankara was a great Shiva Bhakta. Of course he wrote about Krishna, about Rama and also. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Modapate. Govindam, Bhaja Krishna. But Govinda means not only Krishna. What is the meaning of Govinda? Something different. The one who controls the senses is called Govinda. Go means Indriya, senses. Therefore Gopalaha means protector of Indriyas, protector of senses. Then he went to Ganges, Shankara. He was a great Shiva Bhakta. Lord Shiva wanted to test him. He took the form of an untouchable, those days, untouchable, who works in the cemeteries, cremation ground. He took that form and he walked in front of Shankara. Shankara was furious. He became furious. Get up. He looked here and there, that untouchable person, so-called. Actually, Lord Shiva, he looked here and there. Whom are you asking to get out of your way? You. Who am I? Who am I? Then Shankara realized, this man, when he puts the question, who am I? Koham, Vedavakya. Kaha aham. Koham, aham brahmasmi. That's the meaning. Without saying, he explains, aham brahmasmi. Are you asking Brahman to get out? If you are asking the Brahman to get out, you should also get out because you are also Brahman. There is no difference. He, in Sanskrit, he says, Sashtanga Namaskara. He did. With all his limbs, he fell on the earth and prostrated before him. वो गायब हो गए, शिवा गए, क्योंकि काशी विश्वनाथ शिव जी हैं, काशी विश्वनाथ चले गए. Then he realized. Then that is the point where Shankara became a realized person. Then he went to Mandala Mishra and so on. Okay, that's another story. Then what is the, again going back, what is the Hindu philosophy? What is Hindu philosophy, Indian philosophy? That's what I explained. It started from the Vedas and Upanishads and went up to Adi Shankara. Adi Shankara was something special person. Actually, in the history of Indian philosophy, that is the point when the 8th century, between 8th and 9th centuries, I don't know, that period was something special. All Vaishnava philosophers, the Shaiva philosophers, Adi Shankaracharya, Bhaskaracharya, who was a great astronomer, mathematician, Bhaskaracharya, Mandala Mishra, Vishwanath Kaviraj in the literary field, and many scholars, Yamunacharya, Nathamuni, you name. So that's the time. Like medieval period, how many poets came? All explained through the poems only the philosophic tenet given by the sages. When Surdas says, Mero man anat kahan sukh paave? Mera man kahan aur sukh pa sakta hai? Where am I to get happiness other than your feet? Wherever I move, wherever my mind goes, it comes back to you. Just like the bird on the ship. Goes round, comes back to the same ship. Mero man anat kahan sukh paave, jo jahaz ko panchi piri udi jahaz pe aave. Surdas Swami karuna mein baar bando de bhai. But that's the time. Because there is also a great Brahma Tattva. That's the Hanuman in Ramayana. Kevat in the Ramayana. Kevat, that boatman who Rama asked him to cross the Ganges. Help me. You are asking me to take you across the river? You are the one who is taking everybody across the ocean. You are asking me? These are all the bhaktas. That's also again Brahma Tattva. The same principle is continued, never ended until Swami Vivekananda. Even today, this morning I was talking to Deepak Dave here, we were talking about one great poet in Marathi, Kusuma, and then in Gujarati, Sundar, who was in Pondicherry Ashram. If you find those poetry, those poems written by them, all the great poets of today, you will find the same stream of Indian philosophy as undercurrent. It will be inside. You have to take out. You have to dig that out. That is the story. That is the Upanishadic story. That is the Indian philosophic story. Story of Indian philosophy. We will continue again. Today I am concluding here. I'm sorry, my voice could not. It was over. I have done my. It's dharma. It's my karma. Dharma and karma, both. Both are same. My dharma is my karma. Wonderful feeling which I share with somebody, some people like you, who are jignasus. Jignasu is he, jnatum, yaha jnatum ichchati saha jignasa. Jnatum ichcha jignasa. Jignasu is the person. Just like bubukshu, the one who desires to eat. Bubukshu. Pipasu, who desires to drink. Mumukshu, who desires to take leave of the world on the day to day. I conclude here, and I am here to answer your questions if you have pertaining to this subject. Yes, Anusha?
I have two questions actually. First one is when you started with Vidyananda, what was his philosophy?
Vedanta.
And how was it different from what other philosophers were preaching?
Other philosophers did not preach in the universe, in the whole world. Swami Vivekananda, like Shivananda, or any Swami or Sadhu or saint, like Shankara. Shankara was a person who preached within the country. Same philosophy, same Upanishadic philosophy Shankara taught, just like Uddharet Atmanatmanam Gita, Bhagavad Gita, help yourself. The same thing was given by Shankara too. But within the country, whereas Vivekananda took it to the whole world, particularly Europe. If anybody says Indian philosophy was brought to the European countries, that was first person was Swami Vivekananda. The same Upanishadic philosophy, same oneness, see yourself in you and others.
The other question is, you started talking about, you're talking dharma, arth, and
Kam, moksha.
How are they different? I mean, what is the connection?
No, dharma, arth, what is dharma? That is, dharma is given by Indian philosophy. It has given. What is the fruit of the dharma? Arth and kama. What is the end of it? Moksha. All these four aspects have been described in great detail in the Vedic scriptures and the Puranas also in different ways. And these are the four things one has to follow in his life. Anybody.
So art is just a synonym for...
Indian philosophy is based on these four aspects of life. Indian philosophy describes these four aspects of life. Indian philosophy asks everybody to follow these four aspects of life. Then it will be, the whole universe will be peaceful.
I'm just wondering what each of those words mean.
Dharma means duty. Or that's why I said dharma and karma both go together. My karma is my dharma. What is my dharma? That is my karma. What I do is my dharma. If I don't follow my own dharma, that means according to my own capacity or my own mode of character, I will be doing something else. I will not be fulfilling my dharma. I will be doing somebody else's. Suppose government asks me to go to the battlefield. Will I be able to do that? I will say, no, I am going to read only Upanishad. That is my dharma. I cannot go there. First bullet will hit me. If I am asked to do business, I will be after failure. Anyway. Then artha is, if you fulfill your dharma, you will get lot of good things. Artha is, dictionary will give them at least 100 meanings. Artha means meaning, the life meaning. If you do your dharma, your life will be meaningful. And you will have all happiness, kama. Once all these are achieved, then you will be getting out of all this. Moksha. That is the philosophy of truth given to us. These are the 4 principles you have to follow in your life.
What is swat? You mentioned swat?
Swarth. Swarth means selfishness. Pararth means that is self. You think of your own self, that is swarth. You think of others also, then pararth, for others. Yes, Sandy?
How is your dharma determined? Like, I'm interested in knowing, when you think about remaining in the yoga and consolidating all your energies, does the philosophy generally imply that your dharma is one thing, or that in everything you do, consolidate your energies in doing that thing?
Dharma is based on your guna, constitution. The gunas are 3. Patanjali's Yoga Sutra and Kapila's Sankhya will say Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Sattva guna, even Bhagavad Gita says Sattva guna, Rajo guna, Tamo guna. If a person has only calmness and very simple life, he is considered to be having Sattva guna, serving others. Rajo guna, active. A person is active, he has Rajo guna. And very sleepy person, not active, much active, he is having guna, Tamo guna. But one individual will not have only one guna. All 3 gunas in different proportions. Based on that person's dharma is decided. Nobody decides for him what is his dharma. He himself realizes it is my dharma. After so many years, I think sometime when I was 45 or so, I thought what is my dharma? Now I realized. I started doing certain things, book writing and speaking. Not 45, about 35, 40 in between. But it's not suddenly starting. It doesn't start suddenly. It comes from the beginning. But it's not explicitly. You will see, it is implicit. It takes shape gradually, slowly. Therefore, your dharma is decided by yourself, not by anybody else. I have to. Don't ask me to do business. Because I am not a person. I will be Kshatriya. I cannot be Kshatriya too. Kshatriya is the person who goes to the war. President Bush will ask, go to the Iraq. What am I going to do? Anyway, we will not go to the politics.
What is the Vedanta?
Vedanta, Upanishads are the end meaning of Vedas is called Vedanta. End meaning. There is essence of Vedas. What happens? Vedic scriptures describe various aspects of nature, human life, and all aspects of human life. But what is the philosophy behind? That philosophy is given. That is the essence. Based on that philosophy, life's actions are described. Life, it is described. Aspects of life are described. But what is the philosophy, what is the fundamental principle behind, that is given in the Upanishad. That is called Vedanta. Essence of Vedas is called Vedanta. Vedanam Antaha. Antaha means the end. End of the Vedas, because it is the last portion of the Vedas.